Hi, and welcome to another 2D to 3D video with NOMAD SCULPT. To begin, open up your Sculpt in NOMAD SCULPT and select the voxel remesh tool. Adjust the settings to your liking, such as the resolution of the remesh and the number of iterations. Once you're satisfied with the settings, hit Remesh and watch as NOMAD SCULPT creates a low poly mesh from your high poly sculpt. Now that you have your low poly mesh, you can continue sculpting using the various tools on the side. These tools are incredibly useful and can help you refine your sculpt in a variety of ways. For example, the drag tool allows you to pull and push parts of your sculpt, while the smooth tool helps to remove any unwanted bumps or rough edges. The clay tool in NOMAD SCULPT is a powerful tool that allows you to add and sculpt new material onto your model. This tool mimics the traditional process of sculpting with clay, allowing you to build up forms and shapes in a natural and intuitive way. To use the clay tool, simply select it from the tool menu on the side of the screen. Once selected, you can adjust the brush size, strength, and other settings to your liking. To sculpt with the clay tool, simply click and drag on your model to add material. The amount of material you add will depend on the strength setting you've chosen. You can also use the smooth tool to blend and refine your clay sculpt. One of the great things about the clay tool is its versatility. You can use it to add small details or build up large forms and shapes. And with drag tool you can create a nose on a character. And with pinch tool you can sharpen the edges. One of its most powerful features is voxel remeshing, which allows you to quickly and easily create a low poly mesh from a high poly sculpt. This process makes it easier to work with your sculpt by reducing the number of polygons, which results in a faster and smoother workflow. As I continue to sculpt the face, it's important to remember that the process is iterative and that changes made in one area may necessitate adjustments in other areas. While it's helpful to work step by step and focus on individual features like the nose, mouth, and eyes, it's also important to zoom out and take a holistic view of the face to ensure that everything is in proportion and balance. For ear, create a base shape with cylinder. Using the clay tool, sculpt the helix, the outer rim of the ear. Start at the top of the ear and work your way down to the bottom, using the reference image as a guide. Next, sculpt the antihelix, the inner rim of the ear. This is the curved ridge that runs parallel to the helix. Use the same techniques as with the helix, and again, pay close attention to the subtle curves and shapes. Yes, I'm done sculpting ear similar as in the image. Now move it in place with gizmo and mirror. After placing the ears in their places and making the necessary adjustments, merge the head and ears with voxel merge, and then we will soften the merged places. Being able to fluidly move between different parts of the face and make necessary adjustments is a crucial skill for digital sculpting. As you gain experience, you'll develop a sense for how different features interact and can anticipate which areas may require further attention as you work. Just like with 2D drawing, working in layers can be a helpful technique when sculpting in 3D. You can use the Layers feature in NOMAD SCULPT to create a base layer for the overall shape and structure of your model, and then add additional layers for details like texture and color. I like to change the background and matte cap when sculpting. It feels as if I haven't been dealing with the same shape for hours, but doing something different. You can create eyelids by cloning the eye and correcting it with the Layer tool. Then we will merge these eyelids with the head. NOMAD SCULPT offers a wide range of brushes and tools for sculpting in 3D. Don't be afraid to experiment with different brushes and settings to find what works best for you. Take advantage of the Undo feature to easily revert back if you don't like the result. Select the Cylinder tool from the Scene menu. Adjust the shape as in the image, adjusting the size and shape as necessary because in the image teeth are too small. Once you have created one tooth, you can duplicate it and adjust the shape and size to create additional teeth. Select the Cylinder tool from the Scene menu. Once you have the basic shape of the outfit, use the various sculpting tools. Cut the middle with Trim tool. Mask the edges and extract. Once you extract the edges, smooth, put the sections we cut on top of each other and combine them. Then, use the various sculpting tools to refine the shape and add additional details. You can use clay tool for curves. Mask by tapping the screen and unmask inside of the mouth for black color. First of all, add a layer tool and save your painting. But as I always say, never sculpt in the painting layer. If you wish, you can watch my detailed video about the layer menu. After adding cylinder for the white doctor apron, adjust it according to the body and cut the middle with the trim tool. After adjusting the apron according to its body using the drag tool, let's use the tube tool for the arms to place it on the sides as in the image, but do not validate the tube tool before the adjustments are finished. Before sculpting the apron, sculpt the details of the face, specifically the jowls and forehead. These areas are important for creating a realistic and expressive character, and this character in the image have too much detail. Yes, for the collar of the apron, add cylinder from the scene menu and cut the middle using the trim tool. Give the form of the apron, form the collars of apron and merge all the pieces, with the arms using voxel merge. When creating the clothes, add and form separate pieces like this and then merge those pieces. Let's go through the fine-tuning of the merging apron. We can sharpen the edges of the collar using the pinch tool, and for the fold details on the apron, let's use the clay tool and clay sub. Bring the folds closer with the drag tool low radius to bring them more realistic. Since the back and sides of the arms are not visible, the details you make are left to your imagination. The more shapes you pour, the more details you can cover. Colorful Boolean is a feature in sculpting software that allows you to combine two or more objects into a single sculpt, while also maintaining the unique color of each individual object. Adding texture to a UV plane with opacity in NOMAD SCULPT is a great way to add depth and detail to your 3D models. Once you have your UV plane, go to the Material menu and click on Add Texture. On Opacity, choose an image file that you want to use as your texture. Cut the UV plane with script, but turn off Close Holes option, and delete the other piece. Then move the texture to its place with Gizmo. By following these steps, you can add a textured and opaque surface to your UV plane. This can be a great way to add detail and depth. This hair texture is only visible from the front. To solve this problem, in the Material menu, you need to set the Two Sides option to the On position. I will make a detailed video about this feature and share it with you. Yes, I have come to the end. I made the hair look blurry by lowering the opacity after choosing the blending option instead of opaque after it came to PBR mode. There are no hair brushes like Blender, but that should be an option to make hair, because I like to work on the iPad and Blender is not on the iPad. Now let's make our lighting the way we want. You can choose the environment or you can add lights. I'll come to the end of my video. If you want to learn more, please check out my other videos.